Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different, a little bit more personal. It's not going to be your typical ski talk, but I think that's okay. This is just going to be more about me and my life, so if that's not your thing, you know, by all means feel free. I have like a ton of other videos you can watch about ski gear specifically. But today I'm just going to be talking about the channel. I've been doing the channel for about a year and I just wanted to give you guys some insights and answer some questions that I had been asked, essentially. I had been asked by like a friend of a friend that had just kind of heard in passing that I had a YouTube channel about skiing. I see that a lot of people watch these videos, but in my head they're just, you know, not real views, if that makes any sense. My brain is just disconnected from numbers that way. Like I just have a hard time comprehending that many people watching my videos, especially some of the bigger ones. But they asked, you know, like, okay, well, why are you doing it? Do you like it? And I get a lot of questions like that in my comment section, so I thought maybe I would address it here. You know, it's summertime, I'm always looking for something different and unique to talk about, and I thought this is a pretty unique question. So, why am I doing my YouTube channel? Why am I doing ski reviews? I'm not a ski shop. I don't have tremendous access to skis. I'm not a famous skier. I wasn't in any kind of Olympics or US ski team. You know, I was a college racer, but I'm not a famous skier on my own. So why did I feel the need to start this channel? If you want to get really granular, the reason I started this channel initially was just out of frustration. I was buying skis at the time and all of the reviews were super optimistic about the skis. So I was ready to buy a pair of Atomic Bent 100s from my local shop, but they had this kind of cool thing where they said, well, if you demo the skis, then you can use that money towards the purchase. And I thought, okay, it really isn't costing me anything to demo these skis. Maybe I'll try a couple different sizes. But from everything I had read online about the 2023 Atomic Bent 100s, I was gonna buy them. Full price, I was gonna spend like $600, $800 with bindings. And I just did not like them. They were too noodly. Long story short, I pull out my phone and I just start talking into it. Just like kind of angrily. And I think I had it vertical when it should have been horizontal. But I was just like, man, these skis are noodly. They are not a do-it-all ski. And they're not meant to be, but they've been kind of promoted that way in the shop. And that's how I started the channel. From there, I was just going out, spending my own money. I had a friend who worked at a ski shop who was able to like give me recommendations on what stuff to demo, and I just demoed skis and I kind of documented it as I went. And the videos weren't very good at first, but I enjoyed doing it. It was very much a hobby. I didn't make anything initially, didn't really have any views either, but it was a fun thing to do. And then 3 or 4 months after my first video, and I was only making like a video a month, it was very, I don't know, not professional. You know, this is not professional. I was extra unprofessional back then. And my youngest son was diagnosed with severe autism. For like the year prior to that, we had him in speech therapy, and he had basically regressed in his speech. Things he was saying he could no longer say. He'd get frustrated with communication. And then on top of that, you know, I'm bringing my son to all these appointments. I was let go from a company that I had signed on for. I'd left kind of a stable job to go to a smaller company, and that company, I don't know, they laid off a bunch of people, as small companies tend to. And my wife and I made the decision that I would be the stay-at-home parent. My wife's job paid significantly more than mine, and she just said, hey, I can, you know, if you can cover all the home stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of segued into, okay, I'm watching my kids all day, but I really have no real thing that I'm doing myself other than going free skiing for an hour here or there. And my life just revolved around my kids, which was great. Like I could provide value that way, but I don't know. I found that this little hobby I'd been doing with the ski reviews was a nice little escape from just being a parent all the time. It was like, oh, okay, well, I've got an hour, you know, my kids are at school or whatever. I've got these little hour, 2-hour windows. I could go record a video. And so I started doing that, started doing more and more, got more interest. The first big deal was last summer when Atomic let us demo the 2024 skis, which was huge at the time. And I mean, I think you know the rest. I've been reviewing since then. Head, Black Crows, Meyer skis, Peak skis, Renown, all of them send me skis, and it's continued to grow. So why am I still doing it? Well, the reason I'm still doing it is that I still, provide all of the childcare and get my son with autism to his speech therapy, occupational therapy, so that he can, have an opportunity to talk and get the things that he needs. And I can't work a full-time job and do that. I just, I'm constantly driving different places and providing after-school care for my older kids. 2, I just love it. I was telling someone the other day, I was like, if I had to do this for the rest of my life, I would be really happy. I love talking about skis. I love talking about skiing. I love talking about the ski industry. I love learning about ski construction and mounting points. And it's literally something I think I could talk about forever, as you've seen if you've watched any of my other videos. So 1, I love it. I don't make a tremendous amount of money. That was the other question I had, is if I make any money. And without getting into like specific numbers, I don't really make much money. I make about 1/4 of what I used to make. But it's growing a ton. Since I started doing those affiliate links, my pay essentially doubled from what I was getting on YouTube. So that helped a lot. We have these memberships where people are contributing, but it's never been my primary goal to make a lot of money. It's just that like I set things up so that it's useful, right? Like the affiliate links always seem to me like a convenience for people watching it. Oh, I'm watching a review about the QST 92. I think this lines up with what I want to buy. I'll use the link. Or after watching the review, I don't like the QST 92. I've narrowed it down to a Fischer Ranger or whatever, an Atomic Maverick. I'm gonna go buy that ski. And it literally takes no money out of your guys' pockets, but it still helps support the channel long term. The channel has grown more than I could have imagined. Being featured in the last year in the Powder Magazine article, having Bodie Miller send skis directly here was huge. Just even like any of it, I couldn't believe it. Having Jens from Stop a Tutorial reply to one of the videos, it's been unreal. And I guess I wanted to let you know that's why I'm still doing it, because I love doing it. Obviously I like, the production quality is not great, but doing this kind of production quality allows me to get the videos done quickly and make the content for you. So that's kind of, the compromise I've made. Hey, I can make 3 to 4 videos a week, but there's gonna be compromises here. But as long as you guys can hear me and get the general gist of what I'm talking about, that's what I really care about. All in all, I've been amazed by how supportive the people who subscribe to this channel have been, how supportive the people who watch my videos are, how supportive in general the ski community's been, and I have no plans on stopping. I'm gonna keep making these videos. I'm gonna keep making ski reviews. I have noticed a trend, I guess, where within the ski YouTube community, I'm a bit of an outsider. And to be fair, like I've definitely earned that myself just by being really critical of people. But I don't know, what do people expect from a ski reviewer? You don't want me to be critical? But anyway, I've just noticed, like I watch some other podcasts and I notice like, wow, everybody seems to really get along with each other and not want anything to do with me. But you know what? That's okay. I'm okay with that, honestly. And the handful of channels I have interacted with directly, like Ski Essentials, have been nothing but nice. Jens from Stomp Tutorials, nothing but super, super nice. Even Bodie Miller, like I was rewatching my old video and I'm like, man, I really hammered him for Bomber. And all of the things I was hammering about were the reasons he left. And he still was like, hey, I want to take on this challenge, I want to send you skis. So where am I going with this? I guess, just if you're wondering what the future of the channel is, I'm gonna keep making content. I love doing it. Even if nobody watched, I would still make it. I mean, I enjoy more knowing that it helps people, but originally, like my first reviews, like nobody was watching them, but it was a fun thing to do. Jens had a really good point in one of his comments that he was worried that I was gonna tear him apart, and that I like pointed out a lot of really nuanced features. And I think that that's one thing I'm really good at, is like pointing out nuance. Obviously I make mistakes. Like the other day I forgot where Calgary was. That was a nice healthy slice of humble pie. But all in all, I think that I'm grateful that I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. I'm glad that I'm not super popular and getting collaborations all the time, because I think that if I had to change my content to become more palatable and likable, then I really wouldn't like my own content. And I've always said that, like, I make these videos because it's the like, kind of content I like to watch. So my goal, my meter for is a video successful is purely when I go and watch it myself, did I enjoy watching it? And that's it. I really find it helps with my mental health and not worrying about the numbers and how many views did this get, yada yada. I really just focus on like, hey, did I enjoy that? And okay, it's like one of my worst videos. I don't know, I liked watching it. So it's mostly steered me right, but yeah. And I guess I just wanted to let you guys know why I'm making these videos. I'm not making them because I'm making a ton of money. It is nice that it's making some money. As someone with a child with severe autism and getting to those appointments, it's probably the only job that I could do at like midnight when my kids are asleep. You know, I shoot the video for 45 minutes out here. I edit it at home when my kids are sleeping. It's probably the only job I could do in those really weird in-between hours. So I'm grateful for the income, but it's not my primary reason for doing it. I get emails all the time. Oh, hey, will you know, review these cyber optic goggles or these made in China ski poles that have retractable thumbs, blah, blah, blah. And it's all just like junk that I would never recommend myself. And I pass it up all the time because it's not worth it for me. On a monetary level, it's not worth it. But I am grateful to have a part-time income, and I think the fact that I get it from something that I really love doing, even the hard parts, even editing and going through everything and checking audio levels and having to do overlays and making thumbnails, even the hard parts I really love doing. So the fact that I make any money from it is just, I don't know, in my opinion, without being too cliche, a huge blessing. If you're curious what we have planned for next year, we do have a handful of companies that are now willing to send skis that weren't in the past, so that's really exciting. I did finally get an email from Salomon, but it wasn't like them getting back to me about reviewing skis. They go, hey, can you put some Salomon affiliate links? You know, because some of the Salomon videos have tens of thousands of views, and they're like, oh, what about some like direct to Salomon affiliate links? And I was like, sure, but could you send me some skis? You know, I spent like $700 on my QST 106s. But that's okay. I just always assume that it's not malice, that they, you know, they get 100 emails and none of them go through. So I'm hoping I can work with Salomon. What did they say? They said they can't seed product until Q4. And I was like, yeah, Q4 is November. Yeah, that's when I need the skis anyway. We'll see if that pans out, but I can tell you that there's been about 3 or 4 new brands just since this past spring that have come forward that want to work with us. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really grateful that you guys watch this content. I'm really appreciative that you guys are so supportive and that you're also enjoying it. I love watching this content. I think I said this yesterday, and I'm glad that I can contribute to that, because I don't know, YouTube is this weird middle ground of entertainment and education that I absolutely love, and it's nice to just put a drop in the bucket back. So anyway, these videos can be a little cliche talking about the future of the channel, but I don't know, it's been about a year since I really started posting regular content, and I just wanted to give you guys some information on what's going on and why I'm still doing it, why you still keep seeing my face on the on your phone or your screen or wherever you're watching. Thank you so much for everyone who supported me. One thing I have been dealing with lately is my affiliate links aren't working. There's been basically no sales since spring, which is fine. I get it. I'm not really buying ski gear now anyway, so I understand that you guys aren't. But I would just suggest, if you're buying something with my links, just make sure you have your ad blocker paused. I ran a couple of tests and noticed that the links weren't working. I'm working on it on the back end to make sure that that doesn't keep happening. But just in case, you're trying to support the channel with your purchases, make sure you check the ad blocker. And if you had made purchases in the last 2 or 3 months, just send me an email and I'll get it sorted out with the guys over at the affiliate website that I use. But anyway, that's enough housekeeping. As always, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. That's a free way to support the channel. We also have channel memberships down below, which will basically give you access to me on an email level where I will reply to your email and give you ski recommendations. You'll get to watch videos early. So there's a bunch of nice perks there. I think I put it on the cheapest level just because, I don't know, it felt weird and I wanted to be affordable and accessible to everyone. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And of course, I will see you in the next one. See ya.